To reach our goal of ensuring every student graduates from Texas high schools with a strong foundation in math and science and English, we owe them three things. First, they deserve the best teachers. No matter, or I should say, nothing matters more to our students and their success than having an excellent teacher in every classroom. That's why we work so hard to create the largest teacher incentive pay program in the country, one that's going to pay out more than $147 million to teachers and staff by the end of this school year. This is a program that we must continue. Now, secondly, we must hold our schools accountable for student performance. As you consider changes to the accountability system, make sure it keeps moving the students along the path to graduating college and career ready, while keeping parents and the taxpayers informed on their district's performance. Now, thirdly, let's keep improving our math and science education. Continue preparing our young people, especially those low-income and minority students, for a productive life after high school. You know, since we first created the Texas High School Project, that helps obviously improve the graduation rates of disadvantaged students, this program has created 32 academies that focus on science and math and technology, along with several early college high schools on community campus college campuses whose best practices are being shared all across the state. Our ongoing commitment to supporting teachers, holding schools accountable, and improving outcomes for minority and underprivileged students has made a huge difference. Let's continue that momentum and give our children the gift of even a stronger educational outcome. One approach is to update our laws and regulations to help schools benefit from the evolving educational technologies. For example, we should allow school districts to purchase electronic versions of the textbooks that have been approved by the State Board of Education. This will allow flexibility as educators move our children along the path to graduation and the next step in their lives. You know, for many young Texans, that next step is college. Let's work together to make college accessible and affordable for more qualified, motivated students than ever before. You know, I propose increased funding for the Texas Grant Program. That's an initiative that David and I have been pressing for since I was Lieutenant Governor, and it's opened the door for traditionally underserved Texans. And I like this approach because it not only knocks down a barrier between hardworking students and the success that they deserve, it also keeps our children, or I should say our college classrooms, supplied with students who are motivated and they're prepared to succeed. I also propose freezing a student's college tuition rate for 4 years at the level they pay as an entering freshman. This will help Texas families plan while giving students another incentive to finish on time. You know, we must continue removing roadblocks to young Texans waiting to pursue higher education, whether they enroll straight out of high school or choose to serve their country in the military first. I'm talking about service members like the ones joining us here today, here in the front of this chamber. These are visiting with us today from Brooke Army Medical Center. And I want you to help me recognize and appropriately say thank you to these wounded warriors that are with us today. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you. You see, they represent the countless young Americans who've gone into harm's way in defense of freedom throughout our nation's history. These veterans, who now spend their days recovering from injuries sustained while serving our country, they deserve the best our state has to offer, as do all veterans who have served our country. And in appreciation for their service, I share Senator Vandepute's belief that we should extend the in-state tuition rate to all veterans, regardless of their home of record. You see, this approach would not only express our heartfelt gratitude for their selfless service, it would also enrich our colleges and our workforce with the leadership, the motivation, the experience gained during their military service. And any discussion of higher education must include our community colleges and our proprietary schools. You know, every year these institutions turn out students who are prepared to succeed in the completion of their four-year college degree, as well as folks ready to work in the trades that contribute so much to our quality of life. I agree with Comptroller Combs that we should significantly increase our investment in community colleges. Besides being anchors to their local communities, these schools are ideally positioned to educate a growing population of workers that have either been displaced by the current economic turmoil or have job skills that have been outpaced with a very rapidly evolving technology-driven world. I suggest we tackle this challenge with an expansion of the Workforce Commission's Skills Development Fund and its training partnerships. You know, since its creation in 1996, the Skills Development Fund has helped 3,000 plus employers train more than 200,000 workers in essential workplace skills. Given the rapidly growing need for this type of retraining, I strongly urge you to increase the Skills Development Fund and invest in the Texas worker of tomorrow. You know what? Thank you. At the same time we strengthen our community colleges, we can also champion changes that will improve our four-year universities. Let's apply the power of incentives by rewarding universities that increase the number of students that they graduate. You know, this is just one way to continue improving higher education in Texas, and as we continue to work to achieve and maintain a competitive edge in the global marketplace. As we turn our eyes towards that shared future, we must continue focusing on the things that government is supposed to do. Provide for the additional transportation, electricity, water infrastructure, and resources our state needs to grow and to prosper. Ask yourself, will the decisions we make in this session ensure our children and grandchildren have the resources that they need to thrive in Texas? When they turn on the faucet, will it be clean, affordable? Let's answer that question before this session ends and make it a resounding yes. Make this 81st session memorable as the moment when Texas finally invested in your water plan that is well researched, locally developed, but not yet funded. Let's ensure that our citizens, our children, our grandchildren, have access to this most vital resource for the next 50 years. Let's also make sure that when you flip a light switch, the lights will come on and stay on. Let's not leave a legacy of rolling blackouts because we didn't keep pace with our power infrastructure. The best long-term method for controlling utility cost is not to centralize control of rates, but to diversify the supply of energy, keep taxes lower. Fortunately, we've been successful in lowering taxes on our citizens that some of our citizens pay on some utilities. By modifying the Universal Service Fund in 2005, we were helping telephone ratepayers by saving them millions. And Texans have saved $600 million on telephone charges because we listened to Speaker Strauss and we eliminated the TIF tax. Well done.